Hello, my friends. Matt Hall here, Presidential Diamond in doTERRA, and I'm very excited in this video to share with you how you can double your volume or maybe more in the last week of the month. This is a strategy that my wife and I have used for many years, and it works really, really well. Actually, just 2 months ago is the first month that we hit Presidential Diamond, and we decided on the 12th of the month, on my birthday, we said, hey, why don't we go for Presidential Diamond? Things were lining up, and we thought, man, if we can do some promotions, if we use this strategy, it might be within reach, and it ended up working. So this can work whether you're an elite or a premier or a gold or a platinum or even a presidential diamond, okay? So the idea here, the concept that I want to teach you is sometimes to rank events, let's say this is a person on your team and you want them to get to premier. There's this analogy that to create a fire within your team, sometimes we want our top leaders or we want the people closest to us to make things happen and commit to a big goal. But the easiest way to light a fire is with smaller objects, right? Or with smaller ranks, as I like to think about it. So you don't take a match, you don't start lighting matches and throwing them at a log, hoping to catch the log on fire, right? You light the kindling on fire, and then the smaller sticks on fire, and then bigger sticks on fire, and that will eventually, create a fire, create heat, and the log can light on fire. So that's the analogy that I use to explain this strategy, which I learned from Todd Falcone. Shout out to Todd. But like I said, we've been using this for years. And so I'm going to show you a very practical example here. doTERRA, again, it's not about getting one person to do a lot. In doTERRA, if you can get a lot of people to do a little bit of work, you can create big results. Obviously, we want all of us to be working hard and doing a lot. But it's hard for me to go to this person and say, hey, I need you to be a premier because I want to be a gold this month, right? You're at 2,500 volume, go sign up another 2,500 in volume and you'll hit premier, right? That is possible, right? A lot of people do that. It's totally doable. But it also creates a one-time result where if you can get your whole organization on fire moving forward with momentum, then it's more sustainable and you develop people, right? doTERRA is a personal development business. So here's kind of an example of how I would approach this. Let's say that this is you're on my team, and I want to be a gold, and I need you to be a premier, right? And you want to be a premier. You're committed to that goal as well. I'd come to you and I'd say, hey, look, how are you feeling about hitting premier this month? We've got another week. We've got one more week to work. And you might come to me and say, hey, you know what? I reached my record, 2,500 in volume. I've never done that before, but there's only a week left and I don't see any way that I can get to premier. I'd have to double my volume in 1 week. What I would do as your mentor is I'd help you look into your organization and contact some people in your depth, in your team, to get them moving. So for example, we'd get to Nikki here, and I've got the beginning ranks in doTERRA. This strategy is all around recognizing people for taking small steps. And so managers, when you hit 500 in overall volume in a month, director 1,000, executive 2,000, elite 3,000, and premier 5,000 with 2 executive legs, okay? Now, each one of these, especially these beginning ranks, the biggest financial difference actually comes from our fast start bonus, which you can watch our compensation plan video if you haven't already to learn about that. But there's not a big financial difference from hitting these ranks. You do earn like an extra level in unilevel and whatnot. But the biggest thing here that we want to recognize people and help people see is the importance of taking steps forward. And oftentimes I see in doTERRA, people don't recognize their team for hitting manager or director. It's like, because you can get there just from your personal purchase if you buy a big enough kit, right? But I've found that the more I recognize people for taking small steps and having small victories, the more they believe in themselves and they recognize that this is possible and they want to run after the bigger victories, right? And so this is how this strategy works. I would go ahead and call Nikki, who's on our team. Maybe Nikki just barely got started. She did her LRP of 100 PV, and she signed up one other person with 100 PV, right? And we'd go to Nikki together and we'd call her up and we'd say, Nikki, look, you have reached already 200 PV in doTERRA, right? Nikki, did you know that manager is the very first rank that you can hit in doTERRA, and it's when you have 500 in overall volume? When you hit manager, Nikki, we're going to do recognition for you in the team group. We're going to send you some kind of recognition gift, a pin or something, or or you're going to get a call, right? Have something exciting that that person gets. But honestly, even just the knowledge that they're taking a step forward, most of the time is enough. So we say, Nikki, listen, we know you had that class. If you bring in another 300 in volume, you're going to hit manager. What do you think? Is that a goal you'd like to run for this week? And she says, maybe, sure. And then we talk about, okay, who do you have who's on the fence? Who came to your class who hasn't purchased? Is there any way that we can incentivize them, give a free oil or something to get them off the fence and get them enrolled, right? This could be the difference between her hitting 200 and 500 could be one person buying a kit, or it could be two people buying a kit, right? And so basically we get the buy-in from Nikki, we get her running and doing a little bit more to bring in a couple more people into doTERRA, and we bring her up to 500 in volume. Now, then we can go to Wendy, and look, Wendy has already then, that extra 300 bumps her up to 800, okay? And so now she's at 800, and we can be like, Wendy, look, and even before Nikki has brought in that volume, we could go to Wendy and be like, Wendy, listen, we talked to Nikki, and she's committed to hitting manager this month. That means 500 in volume. Right now, that's what you have. So that means that you're going to be at 800 volume. You're only going to be 200 away from hitting director. What is director? Director, Wendy, is the next level in doTERRA. You get paid another level in Unilevel, but more important than that, we're going to do recognition for you. Your friends and family and community are going to see that you're involved in doTERRA and that you're progressing and that you're growing. Would you like to run after the goal of director? All you need to do is enroll one more person with a 200 PV enrollment kit, right? And then we get her to buy in, we get her excited. All of a sudden, Nikki brings in 300 that week, Wendy brings in 200, and boom, this leg is up to 1,000, right? So all of a sudden, Wendy's a director, okay? Then we can do the same thing here. I can say, okay, I can talk to them individually, get them excited. We get them moving, get them excited about rank advancing, right? And then look at that. Katie jumped up to 2,000 in volume, right? But all because we were in connection with and getting these people excited about their next step, okay? Then over here, it's the same, it's kind of the same thing. We get Susie committed. Susie brings in, she jumps up to 500 to hit manager. Even if it's not a first-time rank advancement, guys, this can be you contacting them to achieve that rank again. Like, hey, you know, it's been 3 months since you hit manager. We really want to help you get to manager again, help you sustain your rank. All you're missing is 300 PV. What could you do? Could you do another class? Could you do an online presentation? Could you do some kind of promotion for people who are on the fence? What could be done, right? And then we do the same thing here, 500 with Marsha. Same concept down here with Dave and Aspen. We get them excited, get them rolling. We go to these guys and say, look, now you're at 800. All you need is 200 more, and you become a director. Okay, so we get them excited about director. All of a sudden, this person is an executive. This person's an executive automatically, right? They're actually 2,200 or 2,500, right? But basically, this person's going to have over 3,000, right? And then all of a sudden, you are a premier with 5,000 volume. See that? And so the concept here is that you go into your depth, you find people, and you help incentivize them, or just help them see the benefit of them taking small steps and rank advancing through the plan in doTERRA. And again, there's all sorts of ways that you can help them see the value in that. But one example for me in my business, I remember somebody came to me when we were elite, and he said, hey, you know, talk to me in doTERRA when you're this rank, and then I might be interested. And once we hit that rank, then we reached out to him, and guess what? He signed up. And so the truth is that people want to work with people who are committed and growing. And so if you can show the world that you're committed to doTERRA and you're growing, even, you know, rank advancing from manager and director, like if you're a leader in doTERRA and you're not recognizing people for hitting director or executive, then you're missing out on the most crucial aspect, which is the very beginning of someone's journey and helping them hit those ranks, helping them take those first steps and having those first victories. Most people can't see as far as diamond in doTERRA, right? But they can see from manager to director. And so you help them take that step, and then all of a sudden they think they can see executive, right? And then they can see elite. And once you hit elite, then you can see silver, because it's, oh, I just need to help 3 people do what I did, and I'm a silver. And once you're a silver, it's easy to see diamond, right? And so never forget the importance of these first levels. Really work in your depth, taproot and work in your depth, help people see the benefit of hitting these levels. You're gonna build volume, you're gonna build fire, you're gonna build momentum. And a log that might be completely stopped. What's interesting about this is, like Tim, he could be totally checked out of the business and be like, yeah, I'm not interested in doTERRA anymore. And even still, we took him from 1,200 in volume up to 2,000 because we helped these people move, right? And we helped Kevin hit executive, right? And so find the people. You have to find people in this case who are willing to, they're willing to work, they're wanting to work, but you help a lot of people do a little bit, and you can do amazing things. So that's an example of how you can double your volume in literally the last week of the month. Hope that was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to get at me in the comments below. Share this video with your team. Share it with some. Now, I can't do this, obviously, manually with my entire team. So what do? I teach this to all of my leaders so that at the end of the month, guys, we see it on the last day of the month, hundreds of thousands of dollars in volume pouring in, because everybody is committed and running towards hitting their goals. When you have that kind of momentum, you have that kind of excitement, it's contagious. And so even if you light one leg on fire like this maybe the leg that you most need to, maybe you're going for gold, and again, it's a premier leg that you need. Use this in that one team that month, keep people going. That fire, that's going to cross over into your other teams. People are going to be like, what are you doing? You can teach this strategy to your other teams and let them run with it and be independent with this concept. So that's it. Hope that was beneficial for you guys. Again, if you have any questions or comments, get at me in the comments below and share this with your team. Subscribe if you want more tips like this that we're going to be sharing on the channel. Thanks, guys. Bye.